Okay, hey guys, so this is reality time. I'm going to be showing you how I clean my kitchen, hopefully quickly. Too long. I'm going to try to give some tips along the way. So I'm just going to give you, okay, so we're just going to go around, and this is what happens on the weekend with the kitchen. Just total disaster. I don't even know what happened. The first thing obviously you would start with is, actually what I did is I ran the dishwasher, and over there in the corner, that's not food, just randomly sitting out. That's my banana and carob powder that I'm eating for breakfast. I need to eat something. So I already ran the dishwasher. So obviously the first kind of step you would take is take care of the dishes. That's the most obvious thing. So I'm gonna empty the dishwasher, reload it. I reload it with mostly plates, cups, spoons, forks, knives, all that. And then I wash most of like the pots and pans. I don't like to run them through, like I'll run my older pots and pans through the dishwasher, but I won't do like my newer ones just because I care more about those than my older ones. So, and then I'm going to wash there. You can kind of see some towels kind of hanging around there. Like I've got a lot of towels. I'm gonna throw those in a wash because they probably need to be washed, and I need to replace my sponge. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna fast forward through some of this, and I'm just gonna see how it goes. Okay. Okay, so really quick, I wanted to stop and say that if you have any dishes, like plates, that have like hardened, whatever on them, I'm going to fill up my sink with soapy water, and I'm going to start putting my dishes in there so they get a little bit of, dwell time, or some time to kind of sit in there. So that way I'm not wasting time trying to scrub stuff off. I'll just let the water do the work for me. The other tip I have is, while I'm doing dishes, I have my iPad going with, YouTube or Netflix or just something to keep me busy, and, so I don't have to be completely bored. So I'm still filling up the dishwasher, trying to get through those dishes. And then like I said, I'm gonna fill up my sink with some soapy water. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so the dishwasher is mostly loaded. What I do is I work in waves. So this is the left side of my kitchen. So I'm gonna work from left to the right here. And then, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work on this area, like the countertops, So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking things off the counter here, like that hermit crab stuff belongs in my daughter's room. The Reese's cups don't even belong on the counter because I don't even need to be looking at those. The carob powder I just took out, so I'm gonna put it back. The salt and pepper shakers are actually a donate. I need to put them in Goodwill bag, and the baking powder I put in the bottom of my trash cans. That's another tip for the bottom of my trash cans. I always put baking powder after I'm done, like giving them a good scrub down. Usually in the summertime, I usually do it a couple times a year, but when I'm done washing them, I will put baking soda in the very bottom, so that way if there's any leakage at all, I usually don't have that problem, but sometimes, you know, stuff goes through the trash can liner. It also deodorizes as well, but it'll catch any spills that happen to be coming out. So I like to keep baking soda in the bottom of my trash can. So I've got my dishes dwelling. I'll just let those go for a little bit while I'm doing the other stuff, picking up, you know, this stuff over here. The nail polish doesn't belong there. I can kind of, you know, I want the counters clean so I can wipe them down. And then I'll probably do the dishes after I'm done wiping down the counters and putting everything away. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that now. Okay, so as you can see, I moved everything out of the way so I could get a really good clean here. If it's been a while since I've wiped the counters down, I'll just talk while I'm doing this. I will go ahead and move everything, give them a good wipe down, and then I'll come back with a Clorox wipe. I just, you know, to like sanitize. You can also use rubbing alcohol. Just make sure you let it, give it some dwell time, I guess is the correct terminology. And it's probably better to go actually from left to right, but so, and then I'll get the tops. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I'll get the tops since we don't really have a backsplash. It's just kind of that. It's kind of the same as the counter space. So I'll just wipe it down, and then, like I said, take it with a Clorox wipe. I get the side here. Let me show you. I get the side wall there because sometimes things can tend to get splashed up on there. So okay, so then like I said, what I do is I go in with a Clorox wipe. I just take my time and really scrub it down and really let the disinfectant get in there and, you know, do its thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then when I put the stuff back, I kind of wipe it down, and I'll show you that in just a sec. So basically I just take the same Clorox wipe and I wipe the stuff down. Just if it's been a while. I'll put it back there. Put the bananas back over here. And then, like I said, I have my baking soda or baking powder. And then, I don't know why I have my beauty blender, my beauty cleanser. Beauty Cleanser Solid out here. And then I use this to clean my stovetop and my sink. So sometimes it's easier to go in with a dry rag, you know, not wet, like just a dry towel, and dust something off before you go in with a wet rag, because with a wet rag, it just like moves the dust around instead of taking it off. Actually, microfiber cloth would probably be the best option. I noticed my juicer was really kind of dusty, and I went in with the Clorox wipe, and it was harder to clean it. And if I had just gone in with a dry microfiber cloth, it would have been a lot easier. So that's one tip. If you have something really dusty, you might be better off taking something dry first, or even a vacuum cleaner. You know, if you have the attachment, just vacuum that sucker up and there you go. So I usually leave my juicer out because I use it pretty much daily or every other day. So I just leave that on the counter. But like for special occasions, I would probably put it up. So there's that. So next I'm just gonna clear this part, the right side. My dishes are still dwelling. I'm gonna get to those in just a sec, but I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these rags. I'm gonna get a load of wash going with some towels and stuff, that kind of thing. And so I can clean off the counter. And then what I'll do is when I'm done with the dishes, I have this mat doesn't look very pretty, but I don't know why, but it gets like that. But if you flip it over, this is the bottom. It's like perfectly clean. So I don't understand. I don't know why it gets like that, but I wash it really well, and like it doesn't have any smell. So I don't really know what that is. It just collects something. I don't know. I've washed it with OxiClean. So I don't know. Maybe I need to flip it over, but then it's got the tag on the back. So I don't know. But I'm gonna give that a good wash. I wash it probably every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna put the towels, get those washed, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean this little area off and give it like I did before with the wash rag, and then with the Clorox wipes. I'm gonna put my nail polish away, and I see some papers lurking back there behind the Ninja, so I need to get that. And then I will turn my attention to this. It's not that bad, actually. It really isn't. It's just mostly dishes and papers, which I think papers kind of elude all of us. So anyways, so I will be back. Okay, so that didn't take me long at all. I just wiped it down. Another tip that I do as well is sometimes when I'm working with the Clorox wipes, I notice that I'll wipe down an area, but I'll still have a lot of it'll still be nice and wet. What I'll do is I will save this, and not save it, but not like longer than a day, but when I get to the other side of the kitchen, I'll just get it wet a little bit, like I'll stick it under the faucet and just kind of get it a little dampened, and then I'll just reuse it, because this is still good. I just used it for this counter right here, and there was like practically nothing on it. So I'm just gonna take it, and once it starts to dry out, I'll just get a little bit damp and then use it on the other side of my kitchen. So I'm gonna go ahead and start in on these dishes. I'm not really gonna show that process. I might show myself rinsing the dishes and then speed it up, but I mean, who wants to watch somebody do dishes? I don't know. Okay, I'll see you in a few. Oh, really quick, I also had a lemon from my lemon water this morning. I had a rind, and I put it down my drain for the first time on the right-hand side there, down my garbage disposal. And whoa, it really does. You really get a blast of like lemon coming from the drain when you do that. So I've always heard to stick a lemon down your drain to deodorize it or freshen it or whatever, and it seems to work. So that was just another tip for you. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the other side of the countertop here. And so as you can see, some papers need some attention over there. I need to put the toaster up. Those vinegar jugs, I need to kind of find a place for them. I washed my vegetables and apples with a vinegar/water solution to kind of get any pesticides or herbicides off of them. So I use them daily, so I might put it on top of the refrigerator. I don't know. I hate to do that though, because I think it looks, I don't know. Anyways, these dishes are going in the sink to, again, to dwell, and then, so I'm gonna put those in first, and then I'm going to take care of this area, and then I'll wipe all the counters down, and then I will finish the rest of the dishes, and then all I have to do is, I don't know if I have time to do this whole area over here. I don't know if you can see on top of the countertop here, I have a lot of junk. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this really quick. As you can see, I am almost out of this stuff. I just used it right now, so that's why there's a little bit of water in there. This stuff is by, I don't know how to pronounce that, but there it is, Shaklee. Sorry, there's some little stuff on there. But this is called the Get Clean Scour Off Heavy Duty Paste, and I have used this on my oven. I'm going to go ahead and use it on my sink right now. I'm going to use this old sponge, and then I'm going to throw this out and then grab a new sponge. It's a good time to get a new sponge when you've done like a bunch of dirty dishes, and it's been I probably change these out every 2 weeks, maybe every week. It depends on like how much dirt, you know, how greasy stuff is. So I just use, like, I don't know if you can see that, but that's not very much. So I'm just going to go in. Let me turn on the light above here. And this gets out, if you have like any, like if you get pot, like a pot mark, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, they're kind of like gray, they're from your pots and pans. But, see if I can turn this around. So I just get in there and I really pay attention to like the spots that have some sort of dirt on them. And this kind of dries to a matte finish, I guess. You can kind of see the product on there, but when you rinse, it'll be really super shiny. So I'm not going to get up here. I'm going to use something else. Well, actually, you can use it for up here if you want. So then that's one side of the sink, and then when you go to rinse, and you do need to rinse this, especially if you use a bunch, like if you have a really dirty sink. Mine's not really too bad. I don't know, I really don't have that bad of a sink to show you like a really good demonstration, but that stuff really gets a lot of the gunk and junk and crap out of there. So yeah, so that's what I use to clean my sink and also my oven. Now on my oven is a different story. I have had, let me see, actually let me look. Trying to see if I have any marks. Yeah, I do have some marks. I'll do a demonstration on my oven here in a sec. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of the sink. And then what I'm going to do is on the I'm having the hardest time with words today, stainless steel up there, I'm going to spray some rubbing alcohol and water mixture, let that sit. Well, I did a video a long time ago and somebody mentioned that I forgot to mention you're supposed to let that dwell for a little bit, that rubbing alcohol and water, let it dwell so it really sanitizes, and then take a clean paper towel and wipe it down. It'll shine up your stainless steel beautifully. So, okay, so I'm gonna do that and then I will be back. I didn't want to mention too, when I get over to the other side here, actually I'll just talk about it when I get over there. Okay, so you can kind of see some spots here. I'm gonna go ahead and just take everything off and show you garlic. Just going to get everything off that I can and then show you how this works. It's kind of hard with the camera in the way. Okay, so right now it doesn't look too bad, so. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some on my sponge, and I just replaced my sponge now, so I've got a fresh new sponge in my kitchen. So I'm getting some out of the pot, some of the shackly stuff, and I'm just gonna take it, and you want your, whatever you're rubbing it on with to be slightly damp. Take it and one time I had some heavy cream. I don't know if I feel like I've said this in a video before. I had some heavy cream and I accidentally let it boil over, and this stuff actually, if you've ever had heavy cream, or actually it might have been sugar too. I've had sugar overflow as well. That stuff hardens really hard, you know, thick, and nothing was working. And I mean, I did have to use a lot of this to get it off, but it eventually came off, and I tried everything else beforehand, and then I remembered I had this. I tried it and it totally worked. I don't sell this or anything, or know anybody who sells it actually. I actually just buy it from a random online person that I found. So let me go ahead and just wipe this off with this rag, and you can kind of see how it takes all the spots off. Like if you have any, I think somebody burned some water, like water overflowed. So you can kind of see, and then let me see if I can dry it. I don't know if you can see in the camera or not how well that works, but yeah, I don't know, I didn't see the before, so it looks clean to me. Okay, now here's where things start to go south. What I'm gonna do is, since I'm kind of in a hurry today, I am going to take all these papers that you see in front of you, and I'm going to put them in a bag, and I'm going to take them into the office and put them by the shredder. Now, I do not recommend doing this on, you know, every time you clean. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a big old pile of papers and you're not gonna wanna deal with them ever. So I do not recommend doing this. I recommend trying to do this daily, or, you know, every other day, whatever. I'm not condoning taking papers and, you know, doing this every day. But for, you know, since it's around Christmas time, and I'm just trying to, you know, hurry up and just get the main kitchen cleaned so that I can function in here, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so I have, you can probably kind of see over there, some books are going to donate. That blue thing is my daughter's, so that needs to go into her room. The toaster probably needs to just be wiped off, and I just need to wipe those down and put them back on the oven. And I need to wipe that counter down over there. And there's a few miscellaneous things hiding behind the toaster. I've got some cotton rounds that I need to put in my bathroom. And then we will tackle the last counter. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. I don't want to try to show too close because I've got some stuff on there that has addresses and stuff, but I'm gonna do the same thing with this counter over here. These are all my dishes are drying. I will put those away later. But up here, you can see I've got a bunch of crap up there. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna put them, you know, in the room where they belong and call it good for now. So again, I don't recommend doing that. It's just, but if you need to get a space functioning, like I need my kitchen back after this weekend, then that's what I'm gonna do, so. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is wash my refrigerator with this stainless steel cleaner and polish. You can see this is really, really old. I've probably had this almost 7 years. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I really like this stuff. I'm gonna move in just a little bit closer. I'm gonna take a microfiber cloth here and just scrub it down. It just really shines it up really nicely, and it doesn't, like, I don't know, I felt like some other brands that I was using, if I can speak correctly, were just like smearing. So I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but okay, so that is it, you guys. That's all I'm gonna do for today. You know, when you're doing stuff like this that can take a lot of energy out of you, like I think I've been at this about, well, probably a little bit longer because I've been filming, but this has probably taken me an hour and a half. So if I probably got into some sort of nightly routine of doing this, this probably wouldn't take this long. Now also, if I wanted to do some more detail cleaning, like I still need to vacuum, I'd probably just vacuum in here. I probably wouldn't mop today, but I might vacuum in here. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how it is right now. I can keep this up. I just need to put the dishes away that are drying. But so basically I got the counters cleaned off and the stove top, and we did a quick little clean, or I did a quick little clean of the refrigerator. My microwave didn't really need cleaning because we don't actually use the microwave. Now, if you wanted to go in and do some more detailed cleaning, another step that I would take is to wash these cupboards, probably with some sort of wood type of spray. I know they have some sort of recipe on Pinterest or somewhere. I know that they do. They've got something that someone swears that it gets their cabinets really super shiny. So that would probably be the next step that I would take, and then really focus on the floors and vacuuming. So yeah, so we got this all cleaned up and the sink, and then my dishes are drying right here, so I will put those away when those are done. And yeah, so that's how you can kind of quickly get a clean kitchen. Hopefully some of the tips in here were helpful, or you saw a product that like the scrub off stuff that might help you. But now I can pull out my little snowman over there that I keep in the corner for Christmas. But I think that is it. So yeah, I'm gonna get some water. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.